first of all, thank you guys for joining us. It's been a while since I've seen the Elite in person, but I will ask you this question. There's a lot of factions in wrestling right now. You have factions like the Decay, you have factions like the Bullet Club, factions like the greatest faction in the world, the High Rollers, and of course the Elite. How do you think the Elite stacks up when you compare them to all of the other factions currently in the game right now? And we'll start with Hank and progress from there for responses.
Well, personally, I'm a little biased, and I think we stack up above those guys. Maybe not the Bullet Club. There's a lot more of them than there are of us. In that retrospect, we don't really need to add anything. We got Tone, we got Killer, we got me. That's all we need. We don't need anything else. And like High Rollers, who? What? Did you say High Rollers? Seriously?
I did. I might be completely biased though.
That Mike King guy, always trying to rain on our parade. Tone, always.
Yeah,
Man, how old is Dice now? Like 70?
38?
78? What? I respect Dice, but man, they're not on our level at all.
I think as far as how we stack up against tag teams, this is I don't know. I feel confident that I can get in there and put on at least a halfway decent match with just about anybody as long as they're trained properly. As far as us stacking up, hey man, the Bullet Club, obviously they're doing their thing and they're killing it, and the other Elite, they're killing it, they're doing their thing, and that's great, man. I'm not really, there's a lot of factions. I hope it's not something that gets watered down. But I think it's good for business. That was the whole reason we started the group to begin with. I've always been a fan of factions. So as far as us stacking up, I'm willing to work anybody. Promoters, book it, and I'll be there. I'll do it. So.
You mentioned earlier on in the program that you were completely fine with going to Japan if that opportunity ever arose. There's a lot of places domestically that the Elite have not conquered. Are there any places within the United States that you feel would be a perfect fit for what you guys do?
Ooh, that's a really good question. To be honest with you though, I kind of feel that we can work anywhere. We can work in any kind of environment. Like we've done the bar shows, and we've done the family friendly shows, and we've been heel at the family friendly shows, and we've been baby at the family friendly shows, and vice versa at the bar shows. We're pretty diverse. I think we can work in any market. It just kind of depends upon what the promoter wants. Obviously, when they book us as heels, in my personal opinion, we work much better as heels. But then there's places that just want us to be tweeners, and that's kind of how ICW is. And we tend to do that role pretty well there. At least I think so. They seem to be pretty happy. But I'm interested in going wherever, to be honest with you. My big thing is I'm very much a family man. So as long as I get a weekend or two with my wife and my kid, I'll go anywhere. I'm totally down for working wherever. I want to go to as many places as I can before I'm done. So I'm down to go anywhere.
You talk about the bar shows, and everyone that's been in the business for any length of time has wrestled in some interesting venues, we'll say, to be politically correct. What has been the most unusual place that you've had to wrestle so far?
Ooh, damn.
Go ahead, Hank. You take it first.
Man, let's see. Wrestled in a Walmart parking lot once. Man, the weirdest place.
I've done a couple campgrounds. I've wrestled in a mechanic's garage parking lot. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Where else have I done that's been really screwed up? Back when I started, there was a lot of outside shows, and I wouldn't exactly call them the greatest of venues. Yeah. Probably the campground shows are probably the strangest experience. Like, there is no dressing room. There's just nothing.
The bed of my truck.
Yeah. Probably the campground shows are probably the most weird experience for sure. Yeah. It definitely has a way of humbling you when you walk into a campground and there's no dressing room.
Now, I don't know if it's the all-time weirdest location, but I have learned that there is a show at a funeral home happening in Boise, Idaho at the end of this month.
Oh, I want to work that. I want to work that show.
That'd be awesome.
I
want to work that show.
Interested.
Do what?
I know the promoter of it if you're interested.
I am absolutely interested. Possibly, yeah. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
I will get you in contact with the promoter.
Possibly. I know we got some bookings coming up at the end of the month, so we'll have to see if we're not already booked. But yeah, I'm totally interested. Absolutely.
All right. Boise, Idaho is sort of a new territory. The company is exactly 1 year old right now, so it's kind of new, so the elite might have a bit of an experience edge over pretty much everyone there.
Oh, well, that's cool. I like working with guys that have been in less time than me.
Right.
Now the elite, like we've been saying, is a faction. What do you guys look for as far as potential members to the elite? Do you have a set criteria that you expect when you're potentially going to welcome someone else into the fold?
Yeah, there's absolutely a criteria.
Absolutely.
We've discussed adding members before, and it's a pretty strict criteria to yeah, it's a great gimmick, and it's cool, and it's fun. I think I said this on the last time we were on, but like Kevin and Hank are probably my two best friends in the business. I'm kind of a loner by nature. So, it's more of we kind of look out for each other, and we incorporate that into the gimmick. So it's a pretty lengthy process, or a lot of critiquing when we talk about adding new members. We've got someone that we've added to the group, but we can't make that announcement just yet. We're hoping soon we will be able to make that announcement. But we have added somebody to the group, but we can't reveal the name just yet.
And we have thrown around about 3 or 4 other names possible, but things change, and, people's actions speak louder than words. So
absolutely. Absolutely.
So until then, we're just going to keep it us, I should say, for now. But
Fair enough. One of the things out in my area here in the Pacific Northwest that is extremely popular right now, but it is hard to pull off because of a lack of quality performers, is women's wrestling. I know there's a lot more active quality women wrestlers in your region. What do you think the state of affairs for women's wrestling is currently where you guys are?
Go ahead, Hank.
I personally, I very rarely watch watch any of the matches. Usually, usually it's business is business, and if I get a chance to watch a match, or somebody asks me to watch a match, I'll watch one. But women's wrestling on TV now is booming. Now, and on the indies, I see here and there people that I'm friends with on Facebook, and from the business, and they're doing well. So just from what I see of them doing, I'm thinking that it's good right now.
I think as far as just our local area goes, here in the Midwest, we got some really good women workers in this area. I don't get to watch a lot of the matches because usually we're trying to take care of business in the back. But what I do watch and what I see on social media and stuff like that, we got some awesome women wrestlers up here. Randy West is somebody I've been working shows with for years. She's great. Obviously Cameron Starr is phenomenal. Heidi Lovelace, she just was down for a tryout. Yeah, she's killing it right now. So yeah, man, we got some really, really good workers. But it's independent wrestling, so for every one really good worker, there's probably 3 really bad workers. Not to say that we're anything spectacular, because I don't, I try to keep myself humble. Yeah, I think as far as the talent around here goes, there's some really talented women wrestlers in our area. And overall, I think it's just great. I think WWE's kind of scooping them all up. So pretty soon we're going to be probably complaining about it.
Now, another aspect of wrestling that pretty much across the board has gone away, except for a couple of really niche promotions that cater to the midget wrestling market. You don't see a whole lot of matches on cards anymore. There's very few active midget wrestlers out there. When you guys do come across it, do you think that's something that fans still relate to and still enjoy, or do you think the art as a whole is slowly dying from wrestling?
I absolutely.
Go ahead, Hank. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I will say this much. I hope it is still something that draws the fans in, because on a personal note, it is on my bucket list that I want to work a midget before I'm done doing this. That'd be awesome. I don't know why, but I want to do it, and I want to job out. I think that I would hope it would be something that would draw the fans in, to be honest with you, because I don't know, I kind of consider myself an old school guy. I still believe in selling. I still believe in working a hole. I still believe in making the fans believe.
Psychology.
I want to tell that story, and I want it all to make sense, and psychology and all that stuff. And if you're a good worker, in my opinion, you can do that with anybody, or you should be able to, as long as they're properly trained. But yeah,
Fitzwell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Jimmy Fitzwell. Yeah, I put that on Facebook today. Something about selling. But yeah, I would totally be down for working a show with midgets or little persons or whatever the politically correct word is. But I would totally be down for that, and then hopefully it would draw fans in as well, because I think it's great if you can work a midget and actually get the fans invested in it. Then you just sold tickets right there. So
October 22nd, Tom. I thought you were working that show October 22nd.
No, that show got canceled, dude.
Did it?
Yeah, it got canceled. We were supposed to be working a midget show October 22nd, and I guess their funding or whatever fell through, and unfortunately the show got canceled. So,
are you saying the money was a little short?
Yes, it was. I guess that's what I was told anyway.
Well, since I can't top that, I'm going to pass things back over to Zane Paisley now.
Well,
Right on.
I'm looking on your Facebook page. Why don't you go, while I'm thinking about it, why don't you go ahead and plug your social media?
Sure. We're the Elite on Facebook. You can like that. I am at
Facebook like that.
You ain't Hank Calhoun anymore. You changed it again.
No, I have my own.
Oh yeah, your like page. I forgot about your like page. That's right. Hank Calhoun's got a like page. Go like his page. I don't have a like page, but I'm at Tone C the Elite on Facebook. The Elite is at Twitter at New Click, I believe, is our handle. I am at Tone C69 on Twitter, and Hank is at Hank Calhoun on Twitter, even though he never gets on there.
I
have an Instagram, Tone C69 on Instagram. And our email is booktheelite@gmail.com for any booking inquiries.
Well,
or you can just message me on Facebook. I'm on there all the time plugging our stuff. So
yeah.
On
work.